And so, Elizabeth, at the time, when the baggy jeans and the Timberlands and the hoop earrings and everything were considered by mainstream society as um, that's for them. That's over there. And they weren't always deemed high fashion when worn by us. What are your thoughts on the cultural appropriation of hip hop fashion? Because it is no longer other; it is fashion.
Absolutely. We see the influence of hip hop, of streetwear on every single runway when we look at Fashion Week. In terms of cultural appropriation, what's what's so fascinating about hip hop fashion is that of course we have very talented designers who are creating new designs, cross colors, Carl Kanai, April Walker, 5001 Flavors, Dapper Dan. But so many of the kids started off and continued throughout the 50 years to buy clothing available in the mainstream and style it and wear it in a way that made it special. So they're taking the same clothes that every other teenager in America has access to, but they're putting it on their bodies. The fact that it's a black or brown body makes a huge difference in how it's perceived, but they're also
Mm.
styling it oversized or, accessorizing it in certain ways that are unique to their communities and to hip hop culture. And I'll also add that this did not look the same in New York as it looked in Atlanta, as it looked in Detroit, as it looked in LA. We have so many kind of different hip hop styles. Um, the the transition from hip hop to high fashion, at first it was just high end designers looking at kind of these most significant tropes. We have a piece in the exhibition that is a Dookie chain designed by Karl Lagerfeld at Chanel from 1991. So incredibly early for a company like Chanel to be taking inspiration from hip hop. What we don't see in that time are designers like April Walker across colors in the magazines being recognized by the mainstream fashion industry. So appropriating hip hop style is, I mean, it really started to take off in the 1990s when hip hop became mainstream, when hip hop was popular culture, especially for youth. Um, and any artist, any designer, they want as wide an audience as possible. White teenagers are buying hip hop albums as much or more than teenagers of
Right.
color. What's important to us, for Elena and I, is that we show where these trends came from. We want to honor the designers, the kids, all of this creative energy that are not exclusively black and brown people. They gave this style to America, and now it's American style. And so it's not that we don't, there's not any designer who wants to limit the people buying their things, but we really want to make sure we pay tribute to who created it.